So welcome to this Pitta Dosha balancing class. Get rid of your socks if you're wearing any. Get some water into you so that your fire gets cooled down before we start. Now, as the Pitta Dosha has a lot of fire, let's really work on balancing that fire. So if you come to a comfortable seat, take a couple of breaths, center yourself, and then see if you bring your thumbs to touch in front of your heart. So your thumbs represent the fire element, and holding our thumbs like this, tip to tip, we're focusing on balancing our inner fire, and this is a good place for Pitta Dosha to start, or a good place to start balancing our inner fire. Pitta Dosha also governs the eyes and the eyesight, so I thought we would start with a few movements to connect with the eyes and to train the eye muscles, which is not something that we do anywhere near enough, especially when we spend a lot of time looking at screens. So from here, see if you reach your fists over your head, keep touching your thumbs towards each other. Give yourself a last breath in, and then slowly as you exhale, bring your hands down. And see if you hold your arms open, thumbs pointing up, and then as you exhale, bring your thumbs in front of you. Hold your fists next to each other with the thumbs pointing up, and then as you inhale, pull one thumb towards your nose, and then as you exhale, pull it out in front. Now look at the thumb as you bring it back in and as you move it forward. Try to keep one eye on the thumb that is not moving and the other eye on the thumb that is moving. So as you inhale, you pull one thumb in towards your nose, and as you exhale, you extend it back out. And we'll do one more with each side. So inhale, thumb to nose, exhale, thumb forward, inhale, thumb to nose, exhale, thumb forward. And see if you relax your right hand, use your left arm, keep your thumb pointing up, and then do 3 big circles and follow your thumb with your eyes without moving your head. This is training your eye muscles to move in all these different directions and angles. Once you've done 3, let's use the other arm, so the right hand, and do 3 circles in the opposite direction. Keep following your thumb with your eyes. Don't move your head. Keep your head still in the center. Do your last circle, and then lower your right hand down. Now, as you inhale, look at the tip of your nose, and then as you exhale, look as far away from you as you can. So if you're looking out a window, that's great for this. Inhale, look at the tip of your nose. Exhale, look as far away as you can. Inhale to the tip of your nose. Exhale and send your gaze away with your breath. Inhale to the tip of your nose. Exhale away. Inhale to the tip of your nose. And then with your next breath, bring your thumbs up in front of you. And as you exhale, open your arms to the side. Try to look at both your thumbs at the same time. So separating your eyes from each other so that one eye moves to the left and the other eye moves to the right. This is really hard. And this is something that I used to practice all the time, but don't do so often. But it's so great for the eyes to learn to move independently of each other. And then see if you just warm your palms and place your warm palms over your eyes, just to give your eyes a little moment to relax. Well done, eyes. Hopefully you feel a little bit tingly and awake in your eye muscles, in your eyes. As you do this, if you add a little cooling breath, so as you inhale, stick your tongue out and create a little straw of your tongue so that you're breathing in through the water on your tongue. That makes the body cool down. So inhale through your tongue. Let's do one more time. Stick your tongue out and breathe in through your tongue. Exhale through your nose. Now, let's just take a little moment to relax. See if you look straight up towards the ceiling or the sky if you're outside. And then start to turn so that you bring your chin towards one shoulder. Inhale to the center. Exhale, turn over the other shoulder. Let's do that a few times. So inhale to the center. Exhale, turn to the other shoulder. Inhale to the center. Exhale, turn to the opposite shoulder. Inhale to the center. Exhale, turn to the first shoulder. Inhale to the center. And then see if you come over to all fours. We're going to find a nice little tabletop. So just making sure that your hands are under your shoulders, your knees are under your hips. And let's do a couple of cat to cow. So as you exhale, bring your chin in towards your chest. Stick your belly button up to the ceiling. Tuck your tail in. As you inhale, belly down, bum out, chin out, chest out. Exhale, cat pose. Inhale, cow pose. Everything opens up on the front and the back as we do this. So we're getting some nice flow into the spine. Follow your breath. Listen to your breath, or follow your breath to your movements, whichever comes first for you. At the end of your next exhale, see if you push your bum back towards your heels. Give yourself a few cooling breaths in child's pose, just letting everything on the back of the body open up and release. The back of the body is where we have the water meridians, and we really want to make sure that they're open when we're working with the Pitta dosha so that we don't overheat. So there'll be quite a lot of child poses in between today, just to keep ourselves nice and cool. So if you come back to tabletop to all fours, and then from here extend your left leg straight back behind you and hold it there, and then just move yourself forward and back. So as you inhale, lean forward, bring your shoulders in front of your fingertips, and as you exhale, slide back and try to bring your foot as far back as you can. Inhale, move forward. Exhale, push back. Inhale, move forward. And then see if you bend your knee, and then bring your knee up straight to the side. We call this fire hydrant, right? Like a dog that's peeing on a fire hydrant. That's a funny image for you right now. So just lifting the knee straight up to the side so that your knee is sort of hip level, and then bring your leg back out straight. And then let's do 3 big circles with the foot in the air behind us. Nice one. See if you bring your knee towards the front of the mat, and then step your foot forward. Lift your back knee. If you need to, you can double your mat, and then see if you stay here in this low crescent lunge for a few breaths. So just try to get your hips to drop down as low as you can. And like I say, if the back knee is giving you a little bit of trouble, you can do what I'm very ungracefully showing to you here in the video, just doubling your mat underneath your knee so that you have a little bit of padding. See if you come up off the floor, so you bring your hands to your knee, or you can alternatively rest your forearms on your knee so that your back is straight. Keep lowering your hips and opening up the front of the right thigh. See if you can lean back just a little bit more. So puff up your chest, stick your nipples out. Maybe lift your chin a little bit. Give yourself one more breath. And then see if you turn towards the ceiling. So look up as you reach up your right arm. Look up at your right thumb. And then open your arms, a little kneeling warrior 2 action here. So left arm is forward, right arm is back. Then see if you come back to all fours. Take your left foot, we're all over the place today, onto all fours, and then let's do a couple of cat to cow again. So just moving all of that stuff that gets stuck through cat and cow. What's nice about cat and cow, especially for Pitta dosha, is that it forces you to reconnect with your breath, which is the air element, which sometimes us Pitta dosha people can get a little bit lost from. From here, see if you extend your right foot straight back, and then just start moving forward and back. So again, just going with your breath, reaching forward as you inhale and pushing back as you exhale. Nice one. Then from here, on the next exhale, see if you come back to neutral, and then bend your knee, and then let's open the knee out to the side. Try to get it hip level. Exhale, lower it back. Inhale, lift the knee up towards hip level. Exhale, bring it back down. One last time, lift it up towards the hip level, and then bring it back down. Extend your leg straight, and then let's do 3 big circles with the foot in the air behind us. And then see if you come back to all fours. Step your right foot forward between your hands. See if you drop your hips. Try to get your hips as low down as you can. And then with your next breath, you can start to bring your hands up onto your right knee and start to lift your spine straight. As I'm watching this video, I'm watching my hair look like a big mess, but we're not judging. We're completely non-judgmental, especially as Pitta Dosha people who have a tendency to be judgmental. We're letting go of any judgments as we're doing this class. So if you lean back a little bit more now, chest up, chin up, open the heart. And then see if you reach your left arm straight up. And then take your right arm forward, left arm back for a sort of modified warrior 2 arms. Just really feeling the channels opening everywhere. And then see if you bring your right foot back. We're going to come into all fours. And then see if you slowly find your child's pose. If you're watching the video at all, you can see that I am right now doing my child's pose while cuddling a cat. If you don't have a cat, don't worry about it. It's not an essential part of the class. That's a joke. See if you take another 1 or 2 breaths in your child's pose. Just allow yourself to calm down. And then inhale, come back onto all fours. Let's do another couple of cat to cow, just letting the body open both on the front and on the back. Let's do our last 2 cat to cow. Keep breathing in sync with your movements. And then start doing your cat to cow to the side. So as you exhale, bring your shoulder and head towards one hip. Inhale to the center and then turn over to the other side. So side bending cat to cow. From here, see if you press into your legs and come up into a downward facing dog. Bum up in the air. Extend through your arms and your legs. Give yourself another big breath in. Extend and then exhale. Bring your knees back down to your mat. Come back to all fours. Let's do another couple cat to cow. Stay in sync with your breath. This is really important for Pitta Dosha that tends to breathe a little bit loud and crazy. Do your cat to cow towards the sides. Open up the side body. Compress the other side. Let's do 2 more of these. Go to the side and then tuck your toes in, press up, downward facing dog. And see if you lift your left leg straight up in the air, hold it here, give yourself a few breaths. Try to bring your left foot as high as you can. And now with your next exhale, bring your left knee down. Left foot down in fact, and then lift your right leg up as high as you can. Breathe while you're holding. And then slowly lower your right foot back down. See if you come back to all fours. Let's do a couple of cat to cow. You're getting this now. Keep coming back here. So focus on syncing movement to breath or breath to movement, whichever comes first. On your next exhale, press back into downward facing dog. Open everything on the back of the body. Open these water meridians to get more flow through your body. And see if you take your left foot, step it forward between your hands. And see if you bring your nose towards your knee. Magically now I've dropped my shirt because I was getting a little bit hot. But we're trying to stay cool as we can. And a cooling pose is triangle pose. So see if you turn your right foot in. Grab hold of your left foot or the block. Try not to hang inward, but try to stay with your shoulders in line with your hips so that you're really doing a triangle. Look up towards your right thumb. Stay here and breathe here. Now we're going to be here for a little while longer. So really focus on staying calm with your breath and opening up your body. Keep your gaze on your right thumb and open up the side. Keep breathing. Keep extending as if you're pressing your feet away from each other, like apart, but also pulling your feet towards one another to really activate all of the little muscles in your legs. Keep holding. We're staying here for another 3 slow, deep breaths. Breathe all the way into your belly. Do your last 2 breaths. Last breath. Reach a little bit higher on your inhale. And then slowly with your exhale, start to fold yourself back towards the floor. Take your left foot and step it back. And come down into your child's pose and chill. Get yourself nice and relaxed. Slow your breath down. Let yourself get grounded. One of my first yoga teachers used to say, child's pose is great because you can't have an ego in this pose. And I don't know if that's true, but it is nice and cooling and relaxing, and that's something that Pitta Dosha needs a lot of. Buckets and buckets and buckets of relaxation. See if you come back onto all fours. Guess what? A few cat to cow. Focus on opening up the back of the body. Focus on opening up the front of the body. Let's do a couple more cat to cow. And now with your next exhale, press yourself back to downward facing dog. Give yourself 2 breaths in downward facing dog. And then see if you lift your right leg up with your next inhale. Hold your right foot as high as you can. Try to get it to touch the ceiling. You won't unless your house is really tiny, but it's just nice to do that. Lift your left leg up, hold it high. Try to touch the ceiling. You won't, but don't let that stop you trying. And then see if you step your right foot forward by your hands. Extend your right leg straight. We call this pyramid pose. Try to keep your nose by your knee. Both legs straight. And again, we're focusing a lot on these water meridians that go on the back side of the body. From here, let's transition into Trikonasana or triangle pose. So turn your left heel slightly in. Grab hold of your ankle or your shin. And then extend your left arm straight up. Look up at your left thumb. And you know the drill here. We're going to hold steady and breathe calm, deep breaths. And we'll be here for a little while. If this is intense for you, good. Do it with an intensity that is calm. Bring in the flow of the breath to remind yourself that you don't have to overheat. You can use the breath to cool you down. Give yourself your last 5 breaths. In through the nose and out through the mouth. Reach a little bit higher when you inhale. And allow yourself to extend your spine taller when you exhale. So when you bring your belly button to your spine, you can get your head to kind of reach forward a little bit more over your foot. Inhale, reach your left arm higher. Exhale, push your head forward, so you're trying to get your spine to lengthen, straighten and lengthen at the same time. This is your last breath in. Reach a little bit higher up. And now with your exhale, start to bring your left hand down. Take your right foot and step it back. Child's pose. Get yourself to cool down. Beautiful. Give yourself 2 more breaths. And then with your next exhale, sit up so that you're sitting on your heels. Keep yourself nice and calm, nice and cool. And then from here, without using your hands, step your right foot forward. Come into a low lunge. Just feel into your feet. Tuck your left toe in behind you. Take a big inhale, reach your arms up overhead, and then with your exhale, press your back leg up to straight so that you're holding a high lunge, meaning that your back leg is straight, your front knee stays bent. Hold and breathe. Inhale and straighten both legs. Hold. and breathe. And as you exhale, start to bend your front knee again. Hold and breathe. Try to hold your back leg as straight as you can. One more breath. And then when you exhale, slowly bring your hands down next to your right foot. Step your right foot back, lower your knees, and come back to child's pose. 2 breaths. Nice and cooling. Exhale your way up so that you're sitting on your heels. Just check in. And then come up and step your left foot forward, arms up overhead. Tuck your right toes in. As you exhale, press into your right foot and extend your right leg straight. Keep your arms straight, keep your back leg straight. Front knee is bent 90 degrees or as close as possible. With your next inhale, extend both your legs straight. Hold here. One more breath. And then as you exhale, bend your front knee again and come back to this high lunge. This is a high lunge because the low lunge, you have your knee on the floor. Hold for another breath or 2, depending on how fast you breathe, of course, but try to breathe as slow as possible. Bring your hands down on your next exhale, step your feet back, and come down into child's pose. Give yourself a couple of breaths just to cool down again. And then see if you bring yourself up onto the top of your head. So you want to roll up until the top of your head, your fontanella, is right down on the floor. You can take your hands and keep them next to your knees, or you can keep your hands, as I'm doing, on your lower back. Now we're just getting some blood into the brain. So give yourself a couple of breaths here. If it's uncomfortable for you to do this, that's probably a good thing. If it's painful in any way, then please don't do this. A little bit of discomfort is fine. See if you roll back into child's pose. Give yourself a couple of breaths. From here, we're just going to focus on relaxation. So this might be the more challenging stuff for a Pitta dosha person. We'll see. See if you roll over and come onto your back. Lay yourself down, hug your knees into your chest. Maybe just hug your knees or just relax, whichever works better for you. We're gonna do a little happy baby. So if you open your knees, grab hold of your feet. You can grab hold anywhere in your feet. You can grab hold around the outside edges of your feet. You can grab hold of your big toes around the inside edges or even on your heels. Don't pull with your arms. Just let your arms rest there and help your knees to open up wider and wider. Your aim is to get your knees on the floor, but don't lift your bum off the floor. Keep your bum all the way flat into your mat. So we're just releasing any last bits of stuff from deep inside the hip. Do your best to breathe as slowly as you can and really focus on your exhale. From here, see if you release and swing your knees over together to the left side. Look over towards your right arm. We're releasing any tension now from the lower back, from the hips, or maybe even from the upper back, depending on where your tightness is. So we're twisting through the entire spine. This is one of my favorite things to do. I feel like this gets everything. But of course, this is only one side, and hopefully it will not be too much of a surprise for you, but we are going to do this on the other side as well. See if you take your last 2 breaths on this side. And then when you're ready, hug your knees in towards the middle. And then see if you bring your knees over towards the right side. Look over towards your left hand. Stretch your hand right out, straight out from your left shoulder. Twist your whole spine. You can do what I'm doing here, which is holding on to my left knee with my right hand to kind of try to get my knees to be more aligned, so that the left knee really is on top of the right knee. But it's not the most important. The most important is that you feel the benefit wherever you need it most. From here, let's do a little bit of waterfall. So get closer, get your bum towards, I am using the railing, but you can use a wall. So just bring your legs up on the wall and let the blood from your feet drain down towards your hips. This is really good for relaxing the heart. The heart doesn't have to pump so hard to bring the blood from the lower extremities, which is a really funny word, isn't it, back into the heart. So we call this waterfall pose. And you can just allow yourself to relax as much as possible. How's your breath going? Are you holding any tension in your face, in your forehead, in your jaw? Can you relax your face a little bit more? We'll stay here for 2 more breaths. And then it's time for Shavasana. Now, I've opted to do my Shavasana with a pillow underneath my knees because I have a very bony lower back. I love doing Shavasana with props, so whatever prop you feel you need, get your prop, whether you have your pillow under your knees or under your hips or under your back. Try not to put a massive pillow under your head so that you constrict your throat. But wherever you are now, let's ease into Shavasana. And let's just focus on cooling the body. So you can imagine yourself lying on a cool lake or in a cool lake, but floating on top of it so that your body is that perfect cool temperature. Just feeling cool and relaxed. Using this moment to calm your mind. So whatever's been going on, this is not the time to solve problems in your mind. This is also not the time to create problems in your mind. This is a time to just assimilate, relax, restore, rejuvenate, and remember that there's more to life than just burning. So Pitta dosha isn't just fire. Pitta comes with water. Not as much water as Kapha dosha, but there is this water that comes with Pitta that is there because if Pitta was just fire, it would burn completely. And so connecting to all of the liquids in your body, all of the cooling liquids, everything that is flowing and moving inside of you, and even, your skin is water. So feeling that even though it feels like we're so solid, connecting to the truth of what you are, which is mostly liquid. And getting your breath to move that liquid around, staying floating on this cool lake inside your mind. Hey Pitta Dosha, how are you feeling? Were you able to relax your body? How about your mind? How's your breath right now? Is it possible for you to relax just a little bit more? Good. Feeling the magic that happens when you allow yourself to relax. Give yourself 2 more breaths. And then breathe down into your hands and your feet and start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Gently, slowly easing ourselves out of the pose and making our way to a final seated position. Take your time. When you're ready, come to seated. Once you're in seated position, place one hand on your heart and the other on your lower belly. And just feel these 3 burners, the mind, the heart, and the belly. And allow yourself to connect to all 3 centers in your body and fill them with gratitude and appreciation. Gratitude and appreciation. Gratitude and appreciation. Thankful for another day of transformation, for another day of easy, effortless living. And see if you slowly bring your hands together in front of your heart. Bow your head to your heart. Thank you for your beautiful practice.